This is the Zigaat LM. I love these earphones. The other one that I love is this one. This is the 500 EM500. There is no LM, so this is the original Zigaat. I like this very much. And the LM has got more bass. I love the bass on this. Nice. This is a fantastic earphone. Not too sure if you guys like bass, but I do like my bass at times, and this is a fantastic earphone. Recently I reviewed this one, which is the Hibi XF Audio Project Ace. Yeah, Project Ace. This is nice. So I'm gonna give me a very comfortable um okay, so what's going on? Can you guys hear me or no? I don't know. So let's listen to my live feedback. This time I'm gonna get myself live feedback so I know if there is a problem with my audio or not. Okay, so there's no problem. Yeah, Project Ace. I like these earphones. By the way, if you guys have anything you want me to listen to and give my feedback, yeah. And you know, I want to give the Singolo another chance. Listen to it. You know, it's a nice earphone. It's just that the price is a little bit on the high side, and you know, for the price that you're paying, $80, it's just not worth it. Yeah, the cable is all right. The fit is not really good. Don't really like the fit, and overall listening experience is all right. It's just that the treble is like a little bit too little for me. I like a little bit more spicy treble. So let's listen to this. Let's measure it again. All right, let's save this into my squig on my iPad so that you know next in future when I bring it out, I can have a reference with me. So I'm measuring it right now. Do you guys want to watch me measure? I'm not too sure, but anyway, let's measure it. Let's try and see if I can angle this a little bit. I doubt it, but okay, that's the max I can go. But yeah, I've got my iPad here, okay, and then I've got my measuring rig right here. Might want to elevate this or maybe lower this. Yeah, I can lower this. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work. Yeah, should be fine. Okay, so I'm going to plug this in, and usually when I measure the left earphones first, and then I'll measure the right, and yeah, let's face the faceplate to you guys. That's the reason why it's called the faceplate. There you go. Now let's open up my audio tools. It's a little bit hard for me to see upside down, so let me just turn it around first before I show you guys the measurement. And now let's bring out my pink noise. Okay, and then hi David, good morning. You want me to compare the Singolo to Caffeine Delcy? I'm not too sure if I have that, but I'll try and look for it later. Okay, so let's see if I can increase the volume a little bit. Oh, by the way, the Singolo is quite easy to drive, but it seems that there's no sound coming out from it. So let's see if I can get my settings right. Yeah. Okay, that should have sound, but it doesn't seem to have sound. Let's increase the volume a little bit. Okay. Oh, there you go. I think it was the scale, but let me just reduce the Caffeine David, what do you mean by Caffeine Del C? I don't know what that is, but there you go. So that's the measurements of the Singolo. If you guys can see. So let's listen to it. Let's pause. Let's compare it. Something. Again, I mean, I do like my LM. Okay, so this is the LM. Sorry for being rude, for not talking to the camera, but yeah, this is the LM, and I'm gonna listen to this and listen to the Singolo. I mean, they look pretty much the same. This is pretty much the same. Okay, so where are my ear tips? They, in terms of the sound, you know, they on the graph they look pretty much the same. And yeah, let's hang on. Let me grab my dongles. And where's the one that I always go for? Fio. There you go. So I always go for my Fio. This is the KA17, and I like it because it's got a display. Okay, so let's whip out my ear tips. This time I'm going to use my Spinfits W1s. Yeah, Spinfits are good. I like Spinfits. They're my favorite ear tips. So, and I like the M size. M size is for me, and I kind of lost a few, and as you can see now, the M is getting a little bit too little, so might need to buy more ear tips. Yeah. Okay, so let's put on my ear tips, and if you guys have any earphones that you want me to compare, except for the Caffeine Delcy, I'm not too sure what that earphone is, but I remember I reviewed a Caffeine something, but I don't remember that is Del C. I don't know, but yeah. All right, so now let's listen to my usual song. Or is there any song that you guys want me to listen to? But heck, I'll just listen to my usual song, or you know, maybe what's popular. like let's see, on the pop song list. I think the latest song from Dua Lipa. How about that? Yeah. David. Let me see. David. Del C. The single D set. Okay. I think I have that. I'm not too sure, but alright. So now I'm listening to the latest song from Dua Lipa. So far, you know, Dua Lipa is a female singer, a female vocal, and you know, for female vocals, I want something more exciting, and I want her to tickle my senses when she's in the track. And also, you know, because this is quite an energetic song, and if I don't feel that excitement, then you know that earphones is really not doing its job. And so for now, as you can see, I'm not listening to a very loud volume. I'm not too sure if I can show the display, but yeah, this is about 50%. I would, yeah, 50%. Why is it mirrored? Anyway, it's about, the volume is about 20 out of 60. So it's less than 50%. I might just want to increase the volume a little bit, but I don't like to increase the volume because it's too loud. Okay, so let's compare this to, let me try and find David, this is for you. Let me try and find the see if I can find it. I'm not too sure if this is because I've got lots of stuff here. Find, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but let's see. Not too sure if I have it somewhere here. EPZ. I need to tidy up my stuff a bit more, but as you know, life is busy. You know, you need to work for money and that kind of stuff, and cataloging every single earphones is not easy. So I've got a whole bunch of earphones here. Okay, so you know what, David, I'm so sorry. It's gonna take a long time looking for that earphone. Yeah, it's nuts, it's crazy. I don't have it here right now, so I'm just going to compare the Singolo with my Zigaat. Yeah. Right. I do apologize for that. Thank you so much for your kind understanding, David. Because if you look at the graphs, the Singolo is actually quite similar to the EA500LM. Very similar in terms of graph, and yeah. So let's unplug the Singolo, and now let's listen to that same song, Illusion. Wait, hang on. Oh, let me just put the EA500LM in my ears. Okay. And let's listen to again. Illusion. Yeah. Okay, definitely the EA 500LM sounds brighter and sounds more exciting to me, I would feel. It's definitely more energetic. The gain to the pina is to the treble. It's definitely more intense. It's spicier, and it gives me that connection to the song when I'm listening to it. It's not as bassy though, but I can feel that it's almost there. It's not a big difference. Soundstage wise, I would feel that both of them are quite similar. Yeah, so I mean, if you ask me, both sounds alright. You know, they are not sounding like a few $100s, but yeah, for $80, it's alright. So I mean, it depends again on your listening, right? If you like more treble, then get the Singolo that gives you more treble. But if you like more bass or a less of a spicy listening experience and less fatiguing type of listening experience, then it's the Singolo. But for me, I still prefer the SimGod. Out of the two, this one would sound brighter, more exciting, more engaging to the track that I'm listening to. And again, it depends on what track, because I'm listening to a pop song with Illusion by Dua Lipa, and that's supposed to be a energetic song, something that you listen to when you're exercising. So yeah, so that's the kind of track that I usually listen to when I'm in my car or driving or something like that. All right, so let's listen to something else. Let's see if there's anything you want me to listen to. Nothing new. In fact, you can request for something old if you want. This is the QKZ Khan. I think, yeah, Khan is by HBB, right? I think it sounds quite similar. It's just that it's a little bit spicier, if I'm not wrong. I'm not sure. It's got HBB's logo on it. This came out quite some time ago, but audio is golden, don't you guys think? So yeah, this is a single DD as well, so I'm just gonna listen to this and compare it to what I've been listening so far. So far I've listened to the EA500LM and the Singolo. Now let's listen to the Khan. So this is the Khan earphones, and so far I'm liking the EA500LM. What did I do? Okay, so let's play the song again. Is it playing the sound? I think so. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, so now the Khan, as you can see, I'm listening to the Khan now. Khan comparing to the Singolo. Khan is a bit thinner, as in sounds, in terms of the resolution, it sounds grainier, not as resolving as the Singolo. Doesn't sound as clean, and it's got more bass. The bass response is a little bit more than the Singolo. Definitely more sub bass, and it does have a more enclosed and more intimate type of soundstage, spicier as well. Actually, it sounds pretty similar to the EA500LM if you ask me, but EA500LM is a bit more refined when it comes to the sound. Yeah, I find that the EA500 sounds cleaner, more refined, but with the same amount of bass and the same amount of treble. So between these earphones, I would say I think the Khan is the cheapest, if I'm not wrong. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, the Khan is a dual DD. But you know what? This sounds cleaner. I don't know why. I'm listening to it side by side, and the EA500 LM sounds cleaner than the Khan. I mean, it's been so long. I'm just taking out my, past earphones to listen to. And this is what my ears are telling me. Okay, so my ears may not be right all the time, but it is what it is. So yeah, it's not as it's warmer, of course. It's warmer than the LM, and I don't know. I mean, I like this in terms of the bass, the warmth, the fun, the texture. But in terms of more of a balanced listening, it's still the LM. The Singolo is a little bit off because the treble is a little bit too tucked for me. So yeah. Alright, so let's keep my earphones before they start to tangle up together. Alright, let's put that one side. Do you think I should measure it? Okay, it's alright. I don't think you guys really care about the measurement. It's more about what the ears hear when the earphones are put in your ears, right? And to me, I like earphones that firstly fit my ear. They have to fit my ear, and if they don't fit my ear, no matter how good it sounds, it's not gonna be a pleasurable listening experience. And there are times where I just can't. I mean, I love the earphone so much that it sounds so good, but it just doesn't fit my ear, and it just gives me that pain. And the Singolo is one of them, whereby the nozzle is just too short for me, and it just doesn't go in my ear where I want it to be. Yes, David, good IEM sets are golden. They never age. Sound never age. Audio gears never age. I mean, if you take good care of them, the drivers will last you a long time. And put it in a dry box. If you have a dry box, put it in a dry box. Now let's listen to something else. What else do I have here? Tangu Fudu. Oh, this is another set I like. This is another set I like. This is the Tangu Fudu. And is it? Yeah, I like this set. It's a pretty nice earphone. Let's listen to it again with the same song. So we can compare. So the thing about listening to or comparing IEMs is that you got to have the same source, which is the player that you're using, which is this one, right? I'm using my iPad. So if I'm using my iPad, I have to use it for the rest of the earphones that I'm listening to. Second is obviously your DAB audio dongle that you're using. So I'm always using the KA17. Okay, and then the only variable is your earphone. So in that way, your ears are only hearing the difference between the earphones. Make sense? I guess so. Okay, so this is the Tangu Fudu. So let's listen to Illusion again. Same song. Okay. Oh, very balanced sound and immersive. Nice. Oh, that impact there is so engaging. I like the bass impact on this. Okay. Nice. The vocals is a little bit recessed as compared to the Singolo. Treble is spicy, I would say. It's a good set. The thing about the Fudu, I think it's the treble cymbal crashes is a little bit too spicy for me. But let me just reduce the volume. Am I listening to it too loud? Oh. No, volume plays a very big part about it as well. And it's not as bassy as the Singolo. Yeah, it's not as bassy as the Singolo. Singolo has got a little bit more bass. The bass on the Fudu is a little bit more balanced. And comparing to the LM as well, it's not as bassy. And the bass is not as textured as the LM as well. The LM it's got a bit more texture. This is a very balanced set. Now, as compared to the Khan is very textured, very, very textured. You get a lot of color to the Khan. But yeah, the Fudu is a good set. It's a little bit spicy, but I like my spice. Ooh, something dropped? Okay, I don't know what happened to the internet. But yeah, Fudu, I like it. Okay, so let's listen to something else with the same song, of course. And if anyone has got something that you want me to listen to based on my collection, right? Because I don't have much IEMs. I mean, I do have a few hundred, but that's little compared to other reviewers. So if you have any set that you want me to listen to and compare, I'll be most glad to do it. Moondrop LAN. This is another set that I think I used to like. Do you guys like Moondrop? I mean, Moondrop is pretty popular brand. This is a single DD. It's a budget set. It's a nice non-detachable. Oh, sorry. This is detachable. I can't remember this set, but I think I like it last time. So let's see if I still like it. I don't know. So, but I like something that's balanced, especially when I'm listening to mainstream pop songs. Nothing alternative or even electronic sounds or classical for that matter. I do listen to my classical occasionally when I'm in the office and when I'm sleeping. But yeah, so this is the Moondrop LAN. All right, let's listen to it. Does it fit? So far, the only earphone that doesn't give me a good fit is the Singolo. So let's reset my song. Let's listen to it again. Okay, so it's okay, so this is no bass. This is a very linear bass as compared to the rest of the earphones that I've fluff in my the fluff from my microphone is getting into this. I would say is a reference, more of a reference sounding earphones as compared to, let's say, the Singolo. Okay, so this Moondrop LAN is more reference sounding compared to the Singolo. It's not so fun sounding as well. Same goes for the EA500LM. It's not as fun sounding as the EA500LM. It sounds more linear. It sounds more lean, of course. But that doesn't mean that it sounds cleaner. It's not as resolute as these two. It's not as resolute as the Singolo and the EA500LM. And comparing to the Fudu is it's a more fun set to me. Even though it doesn't have that much of a bass, but it still has a little bit more bass than the LAN. So the LAN sounds, I would say, more classical sounding. Yeah, if you like to listen to more of instrumental wood sounds, winds, instruments, this would sound really good with that. But not so much on mainstream pop songs. Yeah, it's all right, but not really suitable for that kind of sound. Again, I'm listening to like a pop song by Dua Lipa, Illusion, and yeah. Okay, David, you want me to listen to the Zigaat Chino and Simgot EM6L. Oh, okay. I got to look for it. So let me try and find it if I can. Let's see. Zigaat, if it's here. And the EM6L. It's gonna take quite some time to look for it, but yeah. It's not here. Ah, there you go. Zigaat. Alright, Zigaat EM6L. Do I have it here? SimGod. Don't think I have that. Where'd it go? Oh, there you go. There you go. And the SimGod EM6L. I think I have it somewhere. You know, the thing about trying to organize so many earphones, it's a pain. But you know what? I'm just gonna, listen to the Zigaat Chino. Okay, so the Zigaat Chino, and I'm gonna listen to it. Know your tips. So where are my W1s? Oh, it's on my Singolo. Matt Toro. Hi Yin. I love your reviews and thanks for your time with us. Thank you so much, Matoro, for watching my video. I like try planar IMs, okay, and they do get a lot of praise, okay, like the nice HCK F1 Pro. Well, they sound good, okay. Hi, this is MP145. Yes, that's good, okay. But are they comparable with $100 DDs like 500 LM, DLC, Singolo, and other noticeable releases? Okay, so one thing about driver setups, right? You have dynamic drivers, and the reason why, dynamic drivers, they are made of diaphragm which moves when sound is being pumped out from the driver from this transducer, and you get the sound, right? And you get that dynamic sound. That's why it's called dynamic drivers. But for planars, it's basically like a diaphragm in between two magnets, and that alone, well, it does vibrate a little bit, and the vibration from the magnets actually cause the sound to come out from the diaphragm. And because of the two different types of drivers, you get different sounds. So the main difference between dynamic drivers and planars, they sound cleaner. They have a cleaner sound and a more resolute sound, okay, to me. But they have that zing, that metallic zing at the higher trebles, higher frequencies. So when I listen to planar earphones and dynamic driver earphones, you will hear that difference if you listen hard enough. And also you will feel the dynamic sound from dynamic driver IEMs as compared to planar IEMs. Planar IEMs, some of them, they really sound good, like the MP145 with a little bit of texture. They might mimic that dynamic sound that is similar to a dynamic driver, but after all, you don't get that dynamic vibration from a planar driver as much as the dynamic driver. So that's the reason why when you listen to dynamic driver IEM as compared to planar IEMs, they do sound a little bit different. And if a planar IEM or even a balanced armature IEM can mimic that dynamic response of a dynamic driver, then that is a very good planar driver IEM or a balanced armature IEM. Okay, so let's listen to this Chino. Okay, let's repeat my song. Let's listen to it. Dua Lipa. and it is now it's vocals on this. It's more forward. In fact, the vocals is actually okay. So now I can hear the difference. The Chino has got similar positioning for the vocals, similar type of presence, but has got less bass, a more balanced bass than as compared to the Singolo. The treble is actually quite similar to the LM, EA500 LM. So treble wise is quite similar to this, it's quite spicy. The bass wise not as much as well. But the vocals is actually more forward, and vocals, I could say the presence of the vocals actually sounds, I would say, nicer compared to the EA500 LM. Yeah. So it's not as balanced, I would say. Balance wise, I would say still, yeah, the EA500 LM. It's not really balanced. I'm not saying that EA500 is LM is balanced, but it's got a bit more bass response as compared to the Chino. Chino has got less. In a way, is more satisfying to listen to when you're listening to less bassy songs. And again, depends on what genre of music you listen to. I was listening to Dua Lipa and her latest song, Illusions. So that is a very bassy song. It's a very fast song, and it's got female vocals in it. So if you ask me, I would still prefer the EA500 LM as to the Chino. I would say I would prefer the Chino to the Singolo. Singolo is not as bright as the Chino. Chino is brighter in terms of the treble as compared to the Singolo. Overall, I think, this sounds, in terms of the overall average balance of the sound, I would say the Chino sounds more balanced to me than the Singolo. For the Tangu Fudu, Fudu would sound more balanced to me as compared to the Chino. Chino, I think the treble is a little bit spicy, a bit too spicy as compared to the Fudu. Yeah, Fudu would sound a little bit more balanced. And then on the other, sorry about that. On the other spectrum of the scale, the Moondrop Lan would sound underwhelming in terms of bass as compared to the Chino. Still, I mean, it is not a very bassy IM, but this Lan is less in terms of the bass response as compared to the Chino, and a bit more referencing sound as compared to the Chino. So yeah, so that's the Chino for you, David. So if you guys or anyone else wants me to listen to anything and compare, I will. This video is for you guys, to help you guys make a decision what IEMs are good. I mean, of course, it's based on my listening bias. I am middle age, and for you younger folks, you may have a different listening capabilities as compared to me. So please take my comments with pinch of salt. And also, very importantly, your setup, what gear you're using, and what songs you're listening to makes a big difference. Kiwi Ears Forza. Did I listen to this? Forza. Okay, let's listen to this one. David, I tried to look for the the EM6L. Yeah, the EM6L, but I can't find it, man. So maybe another day, okay? I do try, but for the sake of time. Oh, David, you're most welcome. You know, I've always, you know, try to be as unbiased as I can, but as you know, this hobby is it's already biased from the get-go because my ears are different from your ears. So the bias starts from there, you know, because it's biased. My opinions are biased to my ears and my listening. So it's based on what I hear. May not be the same as what you will hear. Of course, it might be similar, but again, everyone's listening capability is different. It's different, right? So yeah. So you know what? I want to listen to this. Kiwi Ears Forza. It's a double DD and a BA. Am I too close to the camera? Can you see the double DD inside? So this is the isobaric dynamic driver setup, and I think there is a BA near the balance armature. So there's a balance armature near the nozzle, and there you go. Okay, so let's switch out my ear tips if I can find it. Oh, it's on my Chino. I don't have that many ear tips to go around, so I need to swap. And I like to swap ear tips. Oh, by the way, ear tips make a big difference for you. Those of you out there who do not believe in ear tips, you need to. The bore, the inner bore of the ear tips, the type of ear tips, and the way it's being built like this has got articulating outer bore, the outer flange, makes a lot of difference. So ear tips, pay attention to ear tips, because why? They will make a difference in the sound that you hear. I want to say trust me, but don't trust me. Go try it out yourself. Believe in your ears, not the reviewer. I mean, I can give you a guideline, but ultimately you'll need to listen to it with your own ears. Okay, I remember that the Forza is actually quite comfortable, and I like the fit of this. Fits my ear pretty well. I don't hook them normally on live streams because I want to save time. Okay, so let's listen to Illusions again. I can hear the balance armature on this earphones. Is quite obvious, the balance armature. Okay, so the balance armature has got a timbre to it. The balance armature timbre, it's got that high pitch sound, and it's very obvious. You know, I've been listening to dynamic drivers, and suddenly I'm listening to balance armature, and you know, if you train your ears hard enough, you can hear that this is a hybrid IEM. Okay, what do I mean by hybrid? It means that in this earphone there are more than one type of drivers, and if you have, so in this one you have the dynamic driver and also the balance armature, and if you don't tell me that this is a hybrid IEM when I listen to it, I could hear the balance armature. I could hear the dynamic driver as well, because this is isobaric, and that isobaric sound is quite obvious. So two obvious poles in terms of the dynamic sound and the balance armature sound is quite obvious that this is a balance armature. Now the bass is good, and coupled with the balance armature set gives me one more thing I forgot to mention. There is the crossover as well. So in smaller IEMs or earphones, there are like this circuit boards that does the crossover, that handles the crossover of the frequency that the drivers are being delivered to your ear. So they will limit the frequency that is transmitted to, for example, the balance armature. Balance armature is more like a tweeter kind of thing. So usually the higher frequencies will be transmitted or allowed to be transmitted to the balance armature that is usually nearer to the nozzle. If you look at the nozzle, the balance armature is very near to the nozzle, and the dynamic driver is like a sub bass, it's at the back of the earphone. So when I listen to this, I would say the sub bass is there. It's not as okay, let's compare it. I mean, it's not a fair comparison now that this is a hybrid IEM and this is a single dynamic driver IEM. It's not a fair comparison, but I would say the bass on this is not as warm and textured as the Singolo. At the same time, it's brighter in terms of the treble, and the vocals, which is a Dua Lipa, she would sound much more energetic and much more cleaner and forward as compared to the Singolo. Very, very intense type of treble. So this may be a little bit too much in terms of the treble, but some people like it. I don't know why, but yeah, there are people who like this type of treble. Singolo is like a tucked type of treble. The treble is like a mudslide. It slides all the way down, kind of, which is good. Most of us are more attuned to this type of tuning, because why? We don't like loud and sharp music, or sounds for that matter, or noise, and this gives me that type of frequency response. So when I'm listening to the Singolo, I can listen to it the entire day without pulling it out, no matter what kind of song I listen to or what kind of track I listen to. But for Teza, it depends on the song that I'm listening to. So if I'm listening to, for example, Dua Lipa on the Illusion, I get tired easily, yeah, as compared to Singolo. I won't get tired of it. I think I got some comments here. Hang on. Prestige, ball size 2, different result. Oh yeah, of course. As I mentioned, the ball size of the ear tip. The narrower the bore, the more the bass, because you're limiting. So let me just explain, since we are talking about ear tips. The wider the bore of the ear tips, the brighter the sound. The narrower the bore, the darker the sound. And that's where you get more bass. Why? Because if you narrow the bore, less frequency can get through, and usually the lower frequencies will get through. The higher frequencies will be blocked. Make sense? Because you're narrowing the tunnel. But if you were to widen the bore, more frequencies can get through from the nozzle, through the tip to your ears. Thus, you're getting a wider range of frequencies. Hence, a brighter sound. Make sense? and it affects the soundstage as well. So if you get less frequencies getting through your ears, you get a sense of a wider soundstage. If you're getting more frequency through, you're getting a more transparent soundstage, but it's a tighter, more intimate sound. Make sense? Okay, so that's for ear tips. Satoru. Okay, what can you suggest for beginner in IEMs? What can you, I think there's a spelling error. What can you suggest? I think what you meant was suggest. Firstly, there's a few things to consider. Price, that's the main thing. Your budget, you know, how much you can afford. Don't overspend. I always emphasize, don't pay out of your butt for anything. Okay, I wouldn't do that. And if you can't afford it, don't buy it. Okay, buy something that you can afford. And if let's say your budget is below $100, and I think that's a very good benchmark for a lot of people. And if your budget is below $100, I would suggest, and it's still my favorite. Okay, I'm up till today, and I have always been listening to it. It's actually both of them. I still listen to the EA 500. Okay, so this is the EA 500. It's a below $100, and in terms of the overall balance of the sound, is not a niche kind of tuning. It's not weird sounding. It's got the right timbre. It's got the right tone. The sound stage, again, depends on what ear tips you're using it with, but the sound stage is just nice, quite realistic, and the treble is not too spicy. The gain to the treble is not too hot, and it's just nice. It's a well-balanced earphone, which till today I like it for that kind of budget. Okay. Prestige, small bore can boost the bass as well. Yeah, that's what I just mentioned. Satoru, and I will use it for gaming. Oh, so you're gonna use for gaming. To be honest, any IEM can be used for gaming. For gaming, what you need is a multi driver, an earphone that can separate the sound, that can give you layered sound. That's the reason why, I mean, when I listen to my earphones, let me just sound this out with you guys, okay, if it makes sense with you. You have, like, for example, car audio, you have your tweeter, you have your mids, as in your main speakers, and then you have your sub bass, woofers, okay? So you have 3 different types of speakers in your car, and that gives you that sense of landscape and the layer. So same applies for earphones. Doesn't matter what earphones, doesn't matter what headphones. If you want an immersive sound separation and soundscape when you're playing your game, you will need multi-driver earphones. Okay, you need something like this, whereby you have crossovers. That's one thing. So in a car, you do have a crossover as well, right? So the crossover handles or separates the sound. Okay, and they limit the sound that goes to the different speakers. So same goes for earphones. So if you limit the sound that goes to, for example, the balanced armature, so you only hear that certain frequency on the balanced armature, and the low frequencies will go, well, naturally will go to the dynamic drivers, because that can handle a little bit more. So when you listen to your gameplay, for example, okay, explosions, and the distance as well. So if let's say the developer of that game really developed the sound really well and give that sense of a 3D space, then it will portray on such IEMs very well. And I would say multi-driver IEMs are more suitable for gaming as compared to single dynamic driver or single driver IEMs. And when I play, let's say, Valorant, I usually use headphones. Now, headphones are not multi-driver earphones. And if you were to ask me, I will choose IEMs anytime compared to a headphone. Okay, I used to use headphones to game, to play my Valorant, but now I use earphones. To be honest, I'm not a competitive player. I'm not a competitive gamer. I'm not professional. I don't mind, using a single dynamic driver IEM to play my games, because it does give me the sense of stage, it does separate sound just as well. Okay, so yeah. So to answer your questions, Satoru, if you want to use for games, it doesn't really matter what type of IEM, because IEM alone, the fact that it's an in-ear monitor, it will give you isolation, it will give you a natural cutoff from your outside environment, and you get that soundscape no matter what. The sound will never be out of your ears. And just remember that, because it goes into your ear canal. This is an earphone. It's not a headphone. It's not a speaker. It's an earphone. It goes deep into your ear canal. And because of that, you'll never ever get that outside your head type of sound separation and soundscape, and that 3D kind of effect. Okay, I mean, you might get a little bit depending if it's going to be digitally processed, then you might get that, but naturally from your DAC directly to your earphones or your headphones, there's no interference. You will not get that natural 3D effect. So if you want, good game sound, good sound separation and staging for your games, I would say speakers. That's the best for gaming, if you ask me. All right, so I think I've got a lot of questions to a point that I can't listen to my earphone. Let's answer the next one. Hi, nice to meet you again, Mr. Hi. I can't make my mind purchasing between 7Hz Sonus and EA500 LM. I need good tuning and great technicalities. To be honest, I tried both. Okay, the LM. Let's listen to it again. Just to be fair, and just to show you guys. Let's listen to it again. Let's take out the 7Hz Sonus, if I have it here. Let's try and look for it. Okay. Okay, so 7Hz Sonus. Let's listen to this one and compare it with the EA500 LM, which I have right here. Right? Let's pull it out. Where's my ear tips? I think I have it here. So where's the other side? Okay, my table's getting a little bit messy, so I might need to spend a little bit of time to tidy it. Now, one thing special about the Sonus is the cable and the nozzle, one of a kind. I've not seen such filter, sorry. Okay, so let's listen to the Sonus and compare it with the EA500LM. There you go. And same thing, let's listen to Dua. I love her. You know, she sounds great. There you go. Same volume. I'm not adjusting the volume or anything like that, right? Okay, so one good listener I can tell you immediately is not as warm as the LM. It's more balanced sounding. It sounds cleaner as well. Overall, a more balanced listening experience. But it's got a better sub-bass extension as compared to the LM. Not as muddy. The Sonus wouldn't sound as muddy as the LM. Not as fun. The LM sounds more fun as compared to the Sonus. So yeah, if you ask me, if you want tuning, so Janaba, hi Janaba, to answer your question, okay, I would say in terms of technical performance, the Sonus would be a better choice. In terms of the overall balance, yeah, sound balance, the Sonus would be a better choice. But if you want more fun, you want something more casual, something with more texture, yeah, then would be the LM. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. But again, as I said, right, you know, I like this tuning previously. Now let's compare it. Since I'm on the Sonus, let's compare this with, let's say, Singolo. Okay, where's my Singolo? Oh, I don't have my ear tips. I gotta swap it again. Yeah, I gotta swap out. Okay, today's a Saturday on yeah, it's a Saturday in Singapore. It's the 13th of April. And thank you so much, guys, again for spending time with me, going through my past earphones and just listening, enjoying the music. You know, for me, I started off, you know, into all this audio gear by just music alone. I love listening to music. And where's the other ear tip? Yeah. And it's because of the love of the music that wants me to look for the gear that really brings out the best of the music. So let's listen to the Kiwi Ears. What am I doing? Did I swap it back to? I'm tired. How long have I been streaming? It's about an hour now. Yeah, I've been streaming for an hour. It's a long time. Again, thank you so much. For those of you who stood by me since the beginning of this stream, I think David has been here since the beginning of my stream. I'm not too sure he's still online in my stream, and if he is, I'm very, very grateful. And please don't forget to subscribe, you know, to my channel, and so that YouTube will know that I'm doing my best to create content for you guys to watch, and they'll, you know, send my videos to more viewers to watch. So let's listen to the Dua Lipa again. As you can see, Oh, anytime the 7 hertz Sonus is better. Okay, comparing these two, right? Even though I like this, right? The Sonus, it sounds so much, I would say, balance. The treble is just nice as compared to the Singolo. Treble sounds so much better on this. Overall listening experience on the Sonus is so much better than the Singolo. Yeah. Wow. The soundstage is actually quite similar. So, all right. In terms of tone and texture, they're actually quite similar. But Singolo has got a little bit more texture to the bass, a bit more. I wouldn't say extension. Okay, in terms of bass extension, the 7 hertz is so much better. It's got that extension of the sub bass. It's so much more engaging as compared to the Singolo. Yeah, I love this as compared to the Singolo. So I'm just, giving the Singolo a listen again so that I can compare the sound of these two. And I'm not too sure you guys know, but your hearing memory is very, very short. So you need to constantly listen to different earphones to remind your ears of what you just heard. Okay, so that was the 7 hertz Sonus. I like that. Now, wait, hang on. Let me compare it with the LM. Now, LM, it would sound warmer. It's got more bass and overall not as a clean sound. I mean, Sonus is a double DD, I think. Yeah, but yeah, it's not as clean as this Sonus. But warmth wise is warmer, right? LM is warmer and more fun, a little bit more fun listening experience as compared to the Sonus. But they do sound quite similar. Yeah, I would prefer the Sonus as compared to the LM. Yeah, I love it. Faisal, I love China. Okay, I don't know what kind of comment that is. You do you. If you love China, it's good for you. All right, let's tidy up my table a little bit because it's getting a little bit cluttered with a lot of earphones. If there's any other earphones that you guys want me to listen to and compare, let me know and I can do it for you guys. Just test my audio. uh, there you go. Today, and I'm not too sure if you guys like this type of live stream, and if you do, I don't mind doing it every weekend. Firstly, to share with you guys information and also to keep you guys entertained, kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that's it for this live stream. I've heard enough, and I'm sure you guys have heard enough as well. So let's do it next weekend, next Saturday. and I'll listen to more of my earphones, and if I have something new, I will try that as well in this live stream. Okay, so thank you so much guys for joining me on this live stream, and I'll see you in my next live stream next week. Peace.